Greece will receive the first batch of funds under the new bailout after the German parliament voted to support the deal, despite doubts over whether the country will be able to return the money. Following the Bundestag vote, Eurozone finance ministers agreed to release 23 billion euros of the 86 billion bailout immediately, helping Athens meet a payment due to the European Central Bank and replenish the banking sector that is recovering from the shutdown. Today's agreement will unlock the first 13 billion euros of bailout cash for Greece a day before it's due to make this big payment to the European Central Bank. And now, Margaret, we see what is happening in Greece. They are using Greece as a revolving money machine where they get money lent out to them only to be repaid back to European central banks. More than 70% of the money bailed out to Greece is going back to central banks. Little is trickling down to the life of citizens. And still, they don't know if this bailout is actually going to solve the situation for good. They just keep getting into a worse deal one more time.
Right. I really feel for the Greek people because Eurozone financiers are about to make Greece their bitch, frankly. They really are in every way. And, you know, this deal, they didn't get the restructuring that they wanted. And here are the terms. We're seeing this, you know, laid out before us now. And understanding the personalities of Western Europe and specifically understanding the personalities that come from Greece. You know, we're talking about ideology. You know, people don't like to be pushed around or bossed around, very independent thinking people. And I can only imagine how painful this must be. It's hard to watch it.
It is, and specifically because the new government that came in talking about stopping privatization, you know, facing the bailout in a different way. Not only did they fail, they actually had to sign on a worse deal, and now we're starting to see the fruits of this privatization of Greece. Now we have a German company, Fraport AG, that runs several airports in Germany, that is going to take over the 14 biggest airports in Greece. This is the very first step where we see that Greece is being forced to just
sell off everything, even their airports.
Fire sale for whatever, even the airports. This is a 40-year agreement for only 1.2 billion euros. That's all it's going to take for this company to operate 14 airports for 40 years. That's ridiculous.
It's sad and it's horrible, and I don't blame. I know we were looking at a sign where it said Bank to Greece, and then somebody slashed out the word and said Bank to Merkel. And that's, you know, it couldn't be more accurate than what's going on right now. And you know, unfortunately, they're going to have to suck it up because these are the terms. Unless there's, you know, a revolt, they weren't too big to fail, Jose. You know, they in their mindset, I think that they thought they don't have any bargaining ability.
That's one of the big problems of this global economy. The smaller players will always be in disadvantage with the bigger players. Now we see it, Germany with all its power and its economic influence in the Western world versus Greece, a small country with a depressed economy, just being there.
I'm wondering, I'm sorry for interrupting, I'm wondering how that would impact their lifestyle. You know, you think of the Greek people wanting to work certain hours of the day, very leisurely attitude, lots of siesta. I'm wondering how that's going to impact the daily working lives of the Greek people.
And I think that's the idea of Germany, bring German managers to manage the Greek people with, you know, maybe we bring some of that, the German production and productivity, but at the end of it, we are seeing that the Greek people is suffering the worst of the deal when they're getting billions upon billions of euros, but they're having to pay it back completely, almost completely to the central banks. Let us know your thoughts, and please subscribe to the LibTV2.